Hey, podcaster, want to know a secret? Ben, Liam and Belle are planning a super special Christmas-themed off-air podcast, and we want you to get involved. Got a cracking Christmas story or just want to shout out to your loved ones? Send a voice recording or message to blb@novaentertainment.com.au for a chance to be featured in our Christmas special podcast.
Merry Christmas from Ben, Liam and Belle.
G'day, podcaster. Our toughest challenge yet in the Impossible Phoner. We also test Ben's censorship skills after a bit of a blunder on live television last night. We get some people's Simpsons voices. That was enjoyable. Plus, if there's anything in this pod that you like, that you want to get involved with in hindsight, blb@novaentertainment.com.au is where you can email us with stories any old time.
Previously on Ben, Liam and Belle.
I have a Thermomix that does absolutely everything.
Yeah, it mainly does hot wet rice though, right? It seems like a very expensive risotto maker. And that's not a dig at Mum.
And now, live across Australia, this is Ben, Liam and Belle.
Anytime I've gone over and we've got the Thermomix out, it is risotto.
Good evening, Australia, except for Liam's mum, who no longer listens.
Let's get stuck right into it. The Impossible Phoner. We do this every week. Now, last week, I mean, to be honest, it was so impossible that we really thought we'd get no calls for it. We did. Have you been struck by lightning? Twice. And we actually got a call from a dude who literally, he got struck by lightning like on his body twice.
It's one of the most unbelievable phone calls we've ever had.
Insane.
If you want to hear it, just search Ben, Liam and Belle wherever you get your pods.
So let's do it, huh?
Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to call us on 132410 for...
Have you had a song written about you that we would know? Like a song that's been on the radio at least once. Maybe, you know, it's been on a TV show. Like, we're familiar with the song.
Or even if it's like on Spotify, then yeah, if we can actively like find it, that'd be great.
No, but it could be on Spotify and we could not know it.
Okay, well, this is going to get into
It has to be
Belle,
popular enough that we've we've heard of that.
You always do this, Belle. You always try and take the Impossible Phoner and make it a little bit less
In
impossible.
fact, let's rewind 1 week. Oh, we're not going to get anyone who's been struck by lightning twice. Isn't once enough? No. Boring. Tons of people get struck once by lightning. You're never going to get someone two, but we did.
Yeah, and we want to do this one tonight because, as you probably know, the Arias last night, Troye Sivan won Album of the Year. So deserving. That album was incredible. And on stage, he actually revealed that the whole album was written about one person from a one-night stand.
I meet this one guy, I have this like one night stand with him, right? And like it's super weird, but I write this album basically about this random stranger that I like never saw again. Until I was sitting at a wine bar in Melbourne and I see him. I had to like think of his name for a second. And then I said to him, I was like, just so you know, it's like sort of about you. Like, you know, you sort of started me on this thing. He said to me, he's like, I'm going through a breakup and like the album is the album that's like getting me through the breakup. So
there you go. That's a real guy who's in Melbourne, and Troye Sivan's whole album is about him.
Surely there's someone here in Australia who's had a song written about them and it's gotten on the radio.
Maybe it's even like a family story. It's like, oh, that classic song that was written about your nana. She was a bit promiscuous back in her day, you know? I don't know.
We have got a phone call. His name is Adam in Sydney. Adam, you've had a song written about you that we would know.
Yes, that's right. It was Blink 182.
What?
What's the song?
Adam's song.
Yeah, it's it, Adam's song.
You're honking our put, Adam, and I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate it having a live pud honking on national radio.
Get out of here, Adam. That's not what we're looking for. We don't want jokesters. We want actual people to call up. 13 24 10 is our number. Have you had a song written about you that we would know? We'll give it one more song.
Look, we understand it's hard. It is the Impossible Phoner. but crazier things have happened. So please get in touch, even if you're just pretty sure it was about you. In the past, we've asked, have you been on a blimp?
There's only one of them in the Southern Hemisphere.
A lot of people had been on blimps. We had a fair few calls for it.
Yeah.
Statistically, hard to get, but we did get it. Last week, have you been struck by lightning twice? Managed it. And then, like Icarus, we flew too close to the sun. Because tonight we've asked, is there a song that we would know that was written about you? We had one prankster and nothing else. So, can confirm this impossible phoner was actually impossible.
Yep.
So we didn't get anything.
But sometimes you have to fail to know what success feels like.
And last week we had the highest of highs.
Mm-hmm.
And we have fallen off the face of the earth this week. And it hurts. But you know what? We will rebuild.
Yep.
Back stronger.
Absolutely. Dare I say, I was probably right when I said maybe we should just water it down.
You don't get to be the person that naysays it every time, Belle, and then
water it down.
rub it in our faces.
You know what?
Oh, you know I am.
You know what? Maybe if you were on board, more people would have listened and called up.
I actually think it's your fault we didn't get anybody.
Yeah. It was that negative attitude.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
You gotta believe. You gotta believe.
You gotta believe.
Screw you.
The Ben, Liam and Belle podcast.
Classic moment on national television last night. The AFL draft was on, Ben and Belle, and I always love it when you see some of the young guys on there because they haven't had their media training yet. And it was very apparent when one of the new draftees dropped an F-bomb on national television.
Well done, Leo. Congratulations, you're a son.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh. I mean, we've censored it since. But it's just a good reminder that it's something you have to be ready for because we have callers on every night. You know, we might have 30, 40 stories on in the 2 hours we're on. And people can swear at any point. And I'm pretty sure we get fired as soon as there's an F-bomb on the show.
Is that the rule?
Yeah, it breaches all the codes. So I thought we should just do some refresher training tonight. So I am going to say the F word. I want you to know that now.
Right.
And I'm serious about that. And I want you to be ready with the censor beat, Ben.
Yep.
I'm going to give you 3 shots. So I'm going to throw a few red herrings in there, and you've got to be ready for it. You cannot let an F-bomb go to air.
Okay, but you are the one saying it.
I am saying it, and I will be saying it. But it's up to you to catch it. Does that make sense?
That's a lot of trust.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you will also get in trouble for this.
But I'm putting my trust in you.
And I would like to say I have nothing to do with either side, and I will be
you're in the
keeping my
studio.
job.
Coward.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
You're
I'm just
You're a coward.
be slower.
All right, I, as you just heard, have got my censor beep ready. Liam is going to drop the F-bomb, and I've got 3 beeps to try and catch it.
Well, now you're actually down to 2 because you just missed one.
Hang on, no.
No, yeah.
It's not fair.
Yeah, fudge cheap at Coles at the moment if you wanted me to get some.
What is fudge?
Fudge, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Look, this is the first time we've tried this. And remember, it's for fun. So don't fumble the bag.
Ooh.
You'll be fired.
Ooh.
One beep left, pal. All right? So don't up. Oh, well done. You did well.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, you nailed it, f***wit.
You're listening to Len, BM and Lel.
13 24 10. If you've got a story from your parents that you just don't believe. Earlier in the week, we said, give us a buzz if you've touched Elon Musk. Pretty rogue. And we got a call from young Thorner.
When did your dad touch Elon?
My dad was in the US a few months ago. He's a hairstylist, and he got to cut his hair.
Whoa! Yes. And then after, we're like, that's so cool. Can we speak to your dad? He was like, nah. And we're like, right. But seemed quite genuine about the whole thing.
Mm.
But maybe there's that little bit of thought going, oh, I don't know if I really believe Dad. Like, maybe he's just crapping on.
Well, that's the thing. Like, it's so cute. And, like, bless him for calling up saying, my dad cut Elon Musk's hair. But there are many holes to that story. Like, why would Elon just walk into some random place and get his hair cut if he's, like, full billionaire?
It does feel like he would have a barber's come to him, I
Yeah.
suppose. But I don't know. It was a good story. It was a good story. If you've got a story from your parents, maybe, your dad had a bit of a tall tale and you're just like, it's a great story. I just don't know if I believe it or not. 13 24 10 is where you can call us.
I'll kick it off. Like my dad has a tall tale that he does whip out every so often, and it seems too good to be true. So he was adopted at a young age, and it kind of didn't know who his parents were, went on a bit of a journey to find them. He's always loved going overseas to Italy, just loves Italy. And a few years ago, he booked a house to stay in on a trip to Italy. Went over there, met the guy whose house it was, and then just sat down to dinner and started talking, and then realized that it could be his dad, like his biological dad. And he was like, I think he might be my dad.
Was that
He's
actually his
"Yeah."
dad?
Well, then I don't think he's done the right test, but we're just going with kind of could
Okay,
be.
well, I feel like
you got to do the test.
Yeah.
you got to do the test.
So
You got to do the test, otherwise it's a tall tale.
You
exactly.
feel like my dad.
We like the same things, but so it was just over dinner they were like, I think you're my dad vibe.
Yeah, and no offense to your dad, but I feel like if you're looking for a dad and there's a nice dad, you're like, you're my dad. You know what I mean? Like, I think we need to see the blood results.
Yeah, 13 24 10 is our number. We want you to call up if your parents have a story you just don't quite believe.
Jazz in Melbourne. What's the story from your dad?
Hi, my dad tells everyone, and I mean everyone that will listen, about this story when he was driving through the Simpsons desert, and he put his leg out apparently for 1 second. A snake bit it. He put it back in. He's completely recovered, and we've never seen any bite marks.
Right. So, and what type of snake?
He's never made that clear. I think.
Well, he wouldn't know.
Yeah, he apparently didn't see the snake, so he wasn't sure.
I mean, okay, I'm going to throw this out there. If he didn't see the snake, he stuck his leg out of a car, weird, for 1 second got bitten. I think a rock flicked up and hit his leg, and he's gone, I've been bitten by a snake.
No, I agree. And he literally will not, listen to anything else but that story. He won't take anyone else's, opinions on it.
Yeah, and obviously it wasn't a venomous snake, otherwise he'd be dead, but I suppose if the old boy reckons he got bitten by a snake, we're just gonna take his word for it, I suppose.
Thank you very much, Jasmine. Robbie joins us now. Have your parents got a story that's hard to believe?
So stories about my late gran. We used to watch the Proteas, the South African cricket team, play cricket as youngsters. And I don't know if you know the famous cricketer, the bowler Sean Pollock. He would come in and open our bowling, and she claimed to save him from drowning when he was 2 years old. And she claimed that South Africa's lucky to have her around because he performed thereafter. So we called her bluff, man, but she claimed it until her passing. So she took her to her grave.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's a really weird lie to make up. Do you know what I mean? Just great bowl that. Yeah, and I saved him from drowning when he was 2, so you can thank me for that. I kind of believe her, I reckon.
Exactly.
Yeah, me too. Good on you, Robbie. Phil, go for it.
My parents said that they broke down a fair while ago, and their van ran out of fuel or whatever, and they went hitchhiking to try and walk towards the petrol station. This guy pulled over to help them out, and there was this guy that they whoa, he looks a bit weird, but whatever. And they drove into the petrol station, brought him back. They saw him ages later on the TV. They go, that's bloody Ivan Milat. Survived.
Hang on. So your parents were hitchhiking. They got picked up by Ivan Milat, but on that particular day, he let them just get some 95 unleaded and be on their way.
Well, they reckoned that he was asking about immigrants and things. They're like, no, we're from Sydney. They're all Aussie, whatever. And the weirdest, creepiest thing was, he goes, there's an axe in there with a bit of blood. And he goes, oh, that's just for the ruse, mate. Don't worry about it.
Oh, that's a good story.
Scary, eh?
It is scary, Phil, and it's a very good story. And I tell you what, it fits the bill because it's a story from your parents, and we just don't know whether to believe it or not.
That bit was Baby Gronk approved. Oi, stop gooning. The next bit's about to start.
Everyone has got gladiator fever.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Wasn't expecting that second bit. Obviously, Gladiator 2 is out in cinemas. I'm going to see it this Friday.
I'm so pumped for it. The cast is unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you saw this, but Airbnb are facing a bit of backlash for demeaning the Colosseum because they're offering a gladiator experience. So people can come, stay at the Coliseum. It's like you and 9 mates, and you get to fight like gladiators, like at the actual Coliseum. Obviously, no one's going to die. It's like plastic swords and that sort of stuff.
Yep.
Pretty sweet night with the boys, though.
It's like having a kick on the MCG.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's literally nothing like that.
There's just
People
more dust around.
died.
It's exactly like
people
that.
lost their lives.
Yeah, and
in that
it's full of
Colosseum.
people taking photos all day, every day. So how's it different? People just
Because at least you're going there, like, to, I'm hoping, respect a little bit and
Not
take
really.
them
I mean,
over
that
for what happened
is-
there instead of going with a plastic sword.
I mean,
and pretending.
even the Romans didn't respect them. They had slaves in there fighting to the death, and they were loving it. You know what I mean? I don't think they were like, oh, that's so sad. They were like, awesome, his head just got chopped off. I'm going to take my kids to this.
That's true. They did, yes.
But that's the thing. Airbnb in a lot of hot water at the moment because they've not stopped at the Colosseum. They're actually offering stays at historical sites all around the world.
Have you always wanted to stay at a historical site? Well, now thanks to Airbnb, you can. Stay inside the pyramids of Giza, the majestic symbols of ancient Egypt.
Oh, check out all this sick graph on the walls.
Aren't they sacred hieroglyphics?
Nah, I don't think so. I'm just going to tag it anyway. NATO was here.
Heading into a gig? Have pre-drinks at Anne Frank House. Stay the weekend in an iconic central Parisian location. The Louvre is now open for 4-night stays.
Whoa, this pot looks expensive.
Oh, what are you doing? Quick, get some glue. Let's stick it all back together so the host doesn't notice. Perhaps 14th century Gothic architecture is more your style. Why not have a barbecue with some friends in Notre Dame Cathedral?
Hey, should you be cooking those inside?
Chill out, man. They're just snags. What's the worst that can happen? Oh, no. Not again.
Book your next stay in a sacred historical site now on Airbnb.
If you're listening to this podcast at 2 times speed, it's the Ben Lehman Belle podcast.
And no, this isn't Fox 8, this is Nova, and we're talking about The Simpsons losing one of its most iconic voices after 36 years. Pamela Hayden!
Who's that?
It's the voice of Milhouse and some other characters.
You should have just said the person that does Milhouse.
Oh, I'm putting a bit of respect on the name of Pamela Hayden.
Did you learn the name today as well?
I did, yes.
Yeah.
They really like to gender swap on The Simpsons, don't they?
Yeah, because, famously Bart is a woman.
Yeah, and I think it's because women are better at doing, like, especially younger characters' voices.
Like younger boys.
Yeah.
Simpsons are mainly kids.
Yep. Not really.
Well,
wouldn't
it's
say
a
that.
big element. When they're at school, it's mainly kids.
In the school
You can really
scenes.
tell Liam wasn't allowed to watch it growing up. It's mostly kids, yeah, guys.
I would say 75% adults in that show.
Well, look, they're looking for another Milhouse. They're looking for new voices.
Mm-hmm.
We thought this would be a great opportunity tonight. 13 24 10. Open the phone lines. Do you do a Simpsons character?
Yep.
Duffman. Oh yeah.
God,
That's
what it's
my
gonna be
that's my
like.
Duffman. Well, Belle, what's yours?
I was like you.
And don't do that one that you like to do.
Okay, I don't do anyone, but I like you, Liam. We weren't really allowed to watch it, so I would just go with Marge and just go.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
It's
pretty good. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Ben, who you got?
I could do Homer.
Yeah, go on. Oh! Yeah, that's good actually. Yeah.
I feel like we're in primary school and I'm hanging out with the real losers.
Oh, you did a voice. You're a part of the losers, Belle.
Zach, in Melbourne, you're 11. Who do you do from The Simpsons?
I do Nelson.
Oh, yeah. Let it
All
rip.
right. Hang on. Before you do, I've got a bit of Nelson here. Let's hear yours, Zach.
That's pitch perfect, man. That's bang on. I love that. Caleb, you're here to challenge Ben for his Homer. Is that right?
Yep, that's it.
All right. I've got a bit of Homer here.
Kids, you tried your best, and you failed miserably. The lesson is never try.
A good lesson there from Homer.
Oh, my God.
Caleb, take it away.
That's right, because if you try, you might just do it, and that's bad.
Whoa! Good Homer, man. That's good.
That's a really good Homer.
Yeah,
Better
wow.
than Ben.
Wow.
Well done. I'm going to give you a NutriBullet. Congrats.
Thanks, mate.
No worries. NutriBullet, the #1 personal blender brand in the world.
The Ben Lehman Belle podcast. Wait, is Liam that guy from TikTok?
Earlier this evening, we were getting stories from people's parents that are hard to believe, and we had this ripping call from Phil.
My parents said that their van ran out of fuel. They went hitchhiking. This guy pulled over to help them out, drove into the petrol station, brought him back. They saw him ages later on the TV. They go, that's bloody Ivan Milat. Survived. The weirdest, creepiest thing was, there's an axe in there with a bit of blood. And he goes, oh, that's just for the ruse, mate. Don't worry about it.
Oh, that's a good story.
Scary, eh?
It is scary, Phil. Wild. We've still got calls coming through. Julie, you've got a story from your parents that's hard to believe.
This story has been told by my dad, my grandfather, and also aunt. A relative of my grandfather's went to make a phone call. There was someone in the phone box. He went home. He went again after a short time. Same guy was still in the phone box. Went home, went back again. Same guy still in the phone box. Next time he went back, he nailed him in the phone box.
That's the story?
Hang on, I'm lost,
I lost
Julie.
the last
I'm
bit.
lost.
Sorry, I lost that. He nailed him in the phone box?
Yeah, he took some wood, like 4x2 wood, and nailed him crisscrossing the phone box.
Oh, he nailed the door shut.
Yeah.
I thought he nailed another man.
Yeah, I thought you were pulling our leg, Julie. I was so confused.
Yeah,
that's
I get, right.
Yeah, no,
Oh.
he was physically nailed in the phone box.
Yeah.
He
A plank
was
of
locked into it.
of wood was nailed on the door of the phone box.
Yep.
Thus stopping the man from getting out of the phone box.
Yep.
There wasn't an explicit encounter between two men. And that's how it came across.
A man was nailed in a phone box, a man was not nailed in a phone box.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Susan in Adelaide, a story from your parents that's hard to believe.
Absolutely. My mum has just told me this story not very long ago. She's staying with me at the moment, and it's about my godparents, because I was born in England and was there till I was 4 years old. But my godparents, my godfather, was the head warden at the prison that held the Cray twins.
Oh, Ronnie and Reggie Cray.
Yes. He was lovely to me and to my sister. He was beautiful, but at the prison, apparently he was a real hard ass, and I believe that because he had to look after the Cray twins.
Yeah, and the movie Legend.
Yeah,
Tom
Tom
Hardy. Cracker.
Great movie.
And he's always talking like this. You don't want to make my brother get angry.
Wait, is that your Michael Caine?
They're very similar.
Oh. I was like, oh, wait, hang on.
Dad, listen here, you don't want to hurt my brother. He's gonna go crazy.
I think that one needs a bit of work.
Okay.
And that's it.
Like that podcast? There's heaps more to listen to if you just scroll back or download the Nova Player app.
Ben, Liam, and Belle.